Welcome back, welcome back. Today, I would just like to do a little talking about why I believe God, the Lord, the Most High, why I believe He's a man. Now, I could be wrong. I'll just throw that out there for a disclaimer so nobody gets upset and because we all know this is a very touchy subject and everybody's allowed to believe whatever they want to believe. So I'm not saying anyone's wrong. I'm just giving my opinion and certain things I've learned, which could be wrong. Get it? And I'm gonna say why I believe the Lord is a man. Um, we're gonna start off real light, and then I'm gonna play this video for you because I be talking about how the Bible supposedly, because it could be true, is a story from a story from a story. Now I could believe that because that's life. People die, things change, war happens, natural disasters, and there you go. Right? We can just say it like that. We ain't gotta say it was no big conspiracy, right? I don't want to. No, I want to do none of that. I want to stay on the level of these stories go back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this fucking truck, bro. I swear to God, clockwork. Anyway, so in a couple of videos, I say this, and I bring up the Anunnaki Sumerians, because supposedly that's the oldest of texts, and like they might be something older, we just ain't never found it yet. And let's go, my battery's dying. So I'm gonna let this video play first because it's gonna.
Top 10 Sumerian gods and goddesses. An, or Anuna. The earliest Sumerian literature, which dates to the 3rd millennium, identifies 4 primary deities: An,
Fucking
Enlil,
lights.
Ninhursag, and Enki. An, also known as Anu or Anum, was the personification of the heavens. He was the divine form of the sky and was the predecessor of all the gods in the land between the rivers. Scholars believe that he was conceived as the supreme ruler of the entire Sumerian pantheon. In Sumerian language, as understood and deciphered by their cuneiform writings, An was an approximation of the English word heaven. It consisted of the space between the sky, known as the Great Above, where all the sky gods lived. An was a major deity for the Sumerians, but his depictions are clouded by obscure iconography. His son, Enlil, was also the subject of people's attention.
That's all I need right there. It said, I'm gonna tell you the top 10 gods. And it started off with the highest one. An. Unknown. The guy I keep talking about. Unknown God, the hidden one. My daddy. Get it? Why didn't he say it was a woman? Because they figured out how to read the text, and the text said the big G is a man. He could be lying. So later on in life, I'm gonna go do another fucking video, and another video, and another video, and the next time I'll just play back-to-back people saying the same shit. Some will be scholars, some will be regular men, and that way there's no none of that bullshit. Now he's going to start naming women gods, and they have very powerful positions. Very, very powerful positions. They can create things. They're in charge of all of this, like really important stuff. Um, but what do they say about a queen? You're not the queen without the king. Right? A queen can be, if you put a queen in a castle and she's running shit and everything, how many people are going to follow her? If that's just it, there's no more king. How many men will stay under her rule before they, get rid of her? Now, I don't want to say just because men are stronger and we built majority of the smart shit, I don't want to say that makes us the most high to you or something. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, but in a way I am, because when I think of a supreme being, he's going to be the one that you cannot deny. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect women. Maybe use were leaders back in the day, and because I can understand it. Men, we're very protective over you. We come out of you. So of course you're the portal to life. We're gonna hold you in such a high regard. But when the shit hit, you think about back in the day how men used to be men, and you used to have to. There wasn't like super wars. You send out your best warrior. Or go back further when kings had to prove you were the king and go handle shit. You had to go fight that other king on the one-on-one. How many of the women were going to fight barbarian men? Because other nations of people, they're not doing that. They're gonna be like, all right, you got a woman king, I challenge her to a fucking duel for the kingdom. Now bring her ass down here. I'm gonna kill her real fast in front of you, and then I'm gonna take over, and there's nothing you can do, because this is the reality of life. Now I'm speaking from, if women are supposed to rule over us because we believe differently than the other nations. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I know if I was another nation and I watched you guys do this, I'm fucking yous up and I'm taking out your leader. Easy. I'm gonna swindle her with dick, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna beat her in the head, make her fall in love, and then you get it? This is how niggas be thinking. This is why men, it's better for a man to be in charge. Get it? Not like we can't fall to women and get poisoned and everything, but if someone wants to take the throne on a one-on-one, I think I got a better chance than you do. Now, let's go into some science for the people that don't believe the God stuff, and for the people that believe the God stuff, because most people that believe in God or some deity, science comes with that. Now, we are all taught from the time we're born till now, however old you are, that women give life. She gave you birth. That's the woman's go-to to destroy any man's argument of, I'm just as good as you and you don't disrespect me. You came out of a woman, right? That's the go-to. I've heard it everywhere I've ever went. No matter what a man can claim we have done, yous always get to go to that. Like, listen, dog, I don't want to hear that, nigga. I birthed you, so whatever you built means shit, nigga. And that's real talk. That I get it. I understand that. We need each other, or nobody gets here. Get it? I get it. But let's go down to the actual science of it. Are your eggs floating around and moving and swimming and chilling and No, they're in you. It's a fucking sack, and it just sits there. It doesn't move. The Lord literally built your vagina walls to move on its own and move your eggs down you. Right? I, on the other hand, have generations. I have millions of men and women in me right now. Do you understand this? This ball sack right here, it's carrying God knows how many people in me right now. I have generations in me right now. And unless I put my living sperm that it's alive, it swims, it moves, it wants to be born, right? If I don't give you the fucking spark of life and put it in your oven, then there's no baby, right? So you're needed. Without you, there's no me. But who has the spark of life in them? We do. So where does life begin? Really? In your daddy's nutsacks. You're swimming around, waiting for the time you get pumped out, right? Is that not logic? That's logic. That's common sense. You can go jerk off and test it yourself. Go look up what eggs in the women. Go see, I did these things when I was younger, so I know your eggs are not alive. Not like my sperm. And I know you need both of them together to form into the human being. So you have like the shell. You know, the egg of life. And I have the life thing. The thing that's going to transform into everything. Get it? Now, I'm not trying to reduce women down like your part isn't just as... Without one, you ain't no getting here, right? Now, that, where do we come out from first? I leave my father's body first. Then I go into your body, and then you bring me into the world as a new life form. But my daddy already had me in the world, and he shot me out of him. I'm out of him into the world. I'm alive already. I'm swimming around. So who does life start with scientifically? Get your music going. Now, when you jump to that, immediately people are going to jump to the Bible story of Immaculate Conception. And I've studied that. And I can't say it can't happen. It's kind of in my book. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying if it can happen, it'll never happen enough to populate the earth. You get it? Right? Think about it. Think about it. I'm not saying it can't happen, but when's the last time you heard of it happening? Get it? I'm not saying it never happened or it can't happen. When has anyone living seen it done? We all hear of it, right? So I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying women probably back in the day may have had that ability. I don't know how the fuck that can work without the sperm, though. I don't get it. If someone can make it make sense, fine. I'm all about learning and discovering the truths. But I don't know, man. I need somebody to. I've been wrestling with that question for a long time. That's why I do all this research and shit. And these are the same things I bring up to people all the time. Like, if the Lord's a woman, you know what I'm saying? Why he do them like that? You know what I mean? Why did their God or the Lord, whatever, if it's a female, why did he make it or she make it where her favorite, because they're her, are going to be the weakest vessel and be done dirty all these ways? Women are fucking destroyed in ways I can't even think of. That's how fucking sick men are. That's how much power men have. Get it? It could be used in a great way. But that's my point. I don't understand why, if the Lord is a woman, then can't they foresee everything? Wouldn't they see that they were going to get done dirty through majority of all existence? Like men, black men, we get done dirty, but women have been getting done dirty forever. Since the beginning. Because we're stronger. Get it? Or niggas be using their brain to beat a woman's brains, make her mind. A man can make a woman not believe the truth that she already knows. The same way for a woman. She could do it to a man. King Solomon, dog. You know what I mean? So it ain't about no hate. I ain't trying to diss women. Nah. My belief is the Most High is the original force. He is the original energy. So what does that mean? He has the original positive and original negative. He is both. That's what makes him the Alpha and Omega. You know, like two people in one. And that's why there's only men and women. The representation of him. Together, we create this world. Together. Get it? Together, we are gods. We bring forth our angel children. Get it? But by ourselves, we can never do it. Supposedly. Get it? I'm not saying the Immaculate Conception can't happen, but whatever it takes for women to be able to do that, y'all ain't nowhere close to that shit no more. Y'all really ain't. And I'm not saying women there aren't healthy women and blah 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 blah, you know what I mean? But we're not seeing these things. You know what I mean? Like, the reason I believe it can happen is because of the Most High. Without the Most High, ain't gonna be no Immaculate Conception. Straight up like that. And I don't know. Like, I know this is a touchy subject because I know a lot of my brothers and sisters have different beliefs and different gods. That's why I like the Bible, because it said the Lord gave everyone their own God to look up to, and that your God created you. So yeah, your God probably is a woman. See how in the way I look at things, everybody's fucking right. Everybody's right. But at the same time, people are wrong. This is why I get mad when people think I'm hating or trying to stomp on their shit or whatever. No, I don't believe the Bible like other people believe the Bible. They don't have the knowledge that I have. I don't even hear people talking about that. That God literally created his people and then allowed his sons to make people. It's in the first fucking chapter. But nobody talks about how the angels made other men and women. Nobody talks about that shit. And we ain't talking about the fallen angels. That's Genesis. It's before anyone fucked up. But nobody talks about that, though. Nobody talks about how we're all not created from the Most High. Because then other people would feel less than, and other people would be like, I'm the son of the Most High, you're the son of angels. So you got a boss, they got a boss, they got a boss, and I got created by the boss, so that makes me your boss. You see why I say shit like that? Because it is like that. There's levels to this shit. And I understand it. Even if I'm on a very low level with the lack of knowledge of all these things, I can understand in this shit. I can see, that's what I mean. I'm not grandmaster. I'm master. Master window. I'm not grandmaster. I don't know everything. I don't need to know everything. I need to know the specific truths. Like sperm comes out of me. I have the spark of life. Period. Get it? So it's not about hating. It's about correction. Someone's either going to correct me or someone just got corrected. Either way, I'm happy. If I'm wrong and the Lord is a woman, hey, she ain't strike me down yet for calling her a man. So maybe, even if I'm, maybe if the Lord is a woman, she probably don't care. She's probably on some, like, hey, you do the work. You got that one thing wrong, but you sure do love. You sure do the hard shit. Not all the time, not all the hardest shit, but you be putting in work for Big Mama, Big Daddy. You kind of see why I rock the yin and yang symbol? That's the Lord. He is the negative and positive. That's why he said, I control all things. I made everything. Don't fear the evil. I made them. I control them. They have no power that I don't allow them to use. Get it? I hope that got people thinking. See, that's what I do. I just want people to think, and when I say things, it should make you do what I did when I watched the video of a dude saying that the Lord's a woman, and that the oldest Sumerian text prove it. And I went and looked up the Sumerian text from this random quick video, maybe one or two, and that guy was the voice was louder, but the other one said the same thing. The top G is a man god. So, I don't know. And I already did the Onshun video on Onshun, the African deity, and she got sent by a man god, the creator. You people think I'm playing when I say I look up everybody's faith. I'm not playing. I know. I see this shit all the time. I'm sure there are stories of women deity creation stories. I just haven't seen too many. So I'm going to start looking for that. Oh, love?